Los Angeles, Inglewood, technically SoFi Stadium, but this is basically AT&T West. So follow me this way. We're gonna see if we can find a couple of fans. We are infiltrating enemy territory. The Cowboy fans are doing it right. We got the signage, we got the great food, we got the inflatables. Thoughts on today's game?
We're gonna beat the shit out of them.
Woo! You see this right here? How do you feel about today's game?
We better win, that's all I know.
How do you feel about Dak Prescott after last week's performance?
Dak Prescott has been very consistent with the division. He has took us back-to-back 12-5 seasons. You know what I mean? His winning record is above. You can say what you want about the past 7 years, but on our division, he has been owning it for years.
Are you a Dak rider or are you a Dak hater?
Before he broke his finger, I was a rider. Now, nah. They need to let him go now.
You know Dak Prescott's watching this right now, right? Actually follows the Camp Fan podcast.
Wait.
Go!
Let's go, baby! Cowboys Nation, son! Let's go! Cowboys Nation represents! Cowboys Nation represents! Let's go! Get out of here!
Crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him, son. All day, every day.
Crack him if you got him, Seattle.
Here we are at Lumen Field. And is that a Harry Potter reference? Maybe. I don't know. I've casted a lot of Lumen spells.
Lumen videos.
We want to see Deuce represent. We want to see him repeat. I want them repeats. And I don't need 3 beats if they repeat.
I don't need 3 beats.
I don't need
if
3
they
beats.
repeat.
If they repeat. Let's go.
You don't think we're gonna make the postseason?
Maybe wild card.
So this is
Maybe wild card.
This is where I'm like, I'm good for a good ribbing, but like to say we're not gonna make the postseason, now I can't even argue with you. Because you've sucked. Oh God.
You know it too. You know it.
Who's your quarterback?
We got him.
This is our year.
Look at those dudes. Look at those dudes. Look at those dudes. Look at those dudes.
Let's go! Let's go, Cowboys! Let's go, baby! Cowboys Nation showing up!
Most pristine athletes in modern history playing in the NFL. Even the offensive linemen are incredibly athletic. I mean, these guys are over 300 pounds, and you know they can
Not only the size, but the speed of the linemen. Are you kidding
fly
me?
on the field.
You're telling me a guy that's 330 pounds meant to block a guy that's 290 pounds is faster than me, a sporty 240?
High 240. High 240. High 240.
I could beat any one of those guys right now, and I've drank a 6-pack.
What? You're wearing Crocs!
My 40 time is better than any of them.
Erroneous! Erroneous!
Erroneous!
Erroneous on all accounts!
I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
How'd I do?
13-5.
Final quarter, here we go, baby! CD for the CD! And I'm going for 2. Woo! I don't know why my safety was just playing off so far.
Tackle him!
Yeah, well, I might be a boomer, but you sound like a pipsqueak. You don't even know how old I am.
No!
You little shit. You didn't win the game, I lost it!
Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to
Call
get
that
open
a throw?
in key situations.
I might be old, but at least I don't still piss my pants.
Protect you and your loved ones with Crackem VPN.
Ever heard the game Marry, Kill? Okay, like I'm gonna give you 3 people, and you're gonna decide who will you marry, who will you who will you kill?
Okay.
Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott, and Tony Romo.
Marry Jerry. He's got all the monies. Probably Tony. Dak Prescott. Gotta kill him.
I'm gonna Romo.
She's gonna with Romo.
I'm gonna marry Dak.
She's gonna marry
I'm
Dak.
gonna kill Jones.
She's gonna kill Jerry Jones. Who will you marry, kill between Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott, and then Tony Romo?
I'm out.
Jerry Jones, you.
So Jerry.
Jerry Jones, you.
Okay.
You.
Who will you marry, Dak Prescott or Tony Romo?
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo.
So that means you would kill Dak?
Yes.
Marry Dak. Kill Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones, poor Jerry.
Tony Romo.
Why not? He's probably one of the best commentators, announcers on the game right now.
Tony Romo? That's mine. That's mine.
Jerry Jones, right now. Right now.
You heard it here, guys. You heard it.
We need trash can.
Oh, here we go.
AJ, you have to sleep in this for the night. Yep. Football we already got. AJ's trying to take a piss right now. Trash can.
Stickers.
Stickers.
Couple stickies.
Couple stickies.
Yes.
So we got a trash can. We're gonna go test it out in the toy aisle.
You're not getting it first.
First try.
He's not getting it. Give these guys a shot. They'll win a jersey if they get it. Oh, none of us made it. Come on, Dad. You get a free Cowboys jersey if you get it. None of us have made it. Dad's going for a shot. Come on, let's get it. Oh, that was the closest one.
Felt like the closest.
Bro? Yeah. We all missed it, so don't worry about it. We missed it. You guys go to the game tomorrow? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
cool.
Us too.
Not only are we giving away 3 jerseys for whoever can toss a football into that can, we're also going to be leaving the can so someone can take that home too.
Look, there's still practice. He's always right set.
Hey, guys, what are you doing here?
Game day, baby.
Game day, baby! Woo!
Kickoff's a month away.
Yeah, but we gotta get our reps in.
Yeah, they train, we train. Crack 'em, bro.
No, it's 7:30 and it's a Wednesday.
Road pop.
Oh! No, I'm going to work and I'm driving. Get out of my car. Cowboys, you got him.
Super Bowl! Super Bowl! Super Bowl!
Let's get it.
Guys, can we just get one? I mean,
Let's just get one. Doing the mojo moment. We got Dak Prescott in there. What they do is they're running one play, and then right after they just kick a field goal. TP20 to the
out
outside.
to the left, gets tackled
Swallowed
behind the
up.
line by Micah. Micah and his gang.
The linebacker.
Linebacker gets
So they're going to
tackled.
come back out. Again, it's going to be Aubrey. He missed his first field goal
Was it
attempt.
short or left?
Aubrey missed left. Let's see if he can put it through this time. It is short! Short! What the f? Over 3.
That was like a 50-yard field goal.
Oh, was it?
That was a 50-yard attempt.
Yeah, but it needed to be 54 yards.
I mean,
that's over
you
3.
still, you gotta at least get the distance.
Go for 2
You know,
next
get the
time.
distance.
Just go for the first down conversion. Kicking is still a big problem.
Yeah, you're gonna run into those, and it's the distance though. Accuracy, okay, you can miss that from 50. I'll give you that. But if you're not hitting it, if you're not kicking it 50 yards,
So the issue right now, that was the 3rd mojo moment and the 3rd missed field goal attempt.
I don't know.
I don't know. So what happens when we've been out of the studio?
Oh, it's all right.
Oh my goodness.
That's what happens. That's what happens when, guys, the last time we were in the studio was the Washington Commanders game. That big George W, that is the last time us three have stepped foot in this studio. So I can, we did a lot last week, so I can understand stuff's a little not fresh over there, but you guys are looking fresh.
I'm just gonna do since I'm wearing these kind of wrestler 80s, 90s glasses, I'm just gonna do a call out challenge to Riker. I know he came in here, he messed up my sliders.
Oh, shit.
I'm calling you out, Riker.
You know called 80s call out. All right.
Yep.
Triple crack'ems.
Crack him if you got
Crack 'em
him.
if you got him.
I
That
pre-cracked mine, but I'm gonna do it
crispy
anyways.
Crippy drip. Crippy drip.
Crippy drip.
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
And get that trifecta in there. Crack 'em if you got 'em.
Crippy drip.
Crippy drip. Guys, we are back in studio.
We are back.
Rolling
We're back. We are so back. And Alex and I look like the Arctic guys from GoldenEye.
do. Those were the worst. Those were the worst maps.
Hardest level.
I did.
It was shooting.
It was funny. Tay had gotten it on. Tay got the 007 on
Xbox?
No, on the Switch, and I was watching her. I was like, man, you're awful. So then I tried it. And I couldn't even kill anyone. It was so hard because you don't have. It's not the same setup as the N64.
It's like someone throwing an underhand pitch, like a softball pitch at a pro, a Major League Baseball player. They can't hit it because it's too slow. It's like that's us playing now. We're used to 60 frames per second.
Yeah, it's just
64 is like
and the controls were inverted, so when you looked up, you looked down. It just tripped me right out, and it was on the Switch controller.
Switch controller, I could see it being difficult. I got it on Xbox Game Pass, and I own the kids.
Do you?
I own them.
What do you guys do? You guys do? But you can see screens.
Well, yeah, you have to.
What do you guys believe? Like, are you screen?
Are you allowed
peekers?
odd job?
Were you guys? We were all screen peekers.
Everybody at one point was a screen peeker.
I peeked.
But I didn't
win,
know
baby.
the game
Cheat to
well
win.
enough. I didn't know the game well enough to be like, oh, that's where you are. There were some guys who knew
The Bessies.
And so I just get fucking roasted. But I did like to just set up. I was just happy to set up a little bomb trap in the bathroom.
Oh, proximity mines.
Your proximity to the
Proximity
bomb
mine.
trap.
I just spat all over my computer screen.
Proximity mines.
Proximity mines.
Hey, did Anth ask us how we are doing?
No,
yet?
I didn't give a shit. I was with you guys for a full week. I don't care how you're doing.
Before we get into how Alex and us are doing, just want to say, chat, we've missed you. Bandwagon Baba says, glad to see you guys back in the studio. Seems like forever.
It does. It really does. We didn't do after the Washington Commanders game, we didn't do a Monday hangover because we were traveling, and then after the Thanksgiving Day game, we didn't do a Friday hangover. So it's been a minute.
No, and guess what? I was non-hungover that whole Thanksgiving trip.
Not one time were we hungover.
I didn't feel like it anyways. Most of the time because I was like sweating oddly in that hot, cold room upstairs.
Well, and we went to bed early. Like we never. Oh no, we didn't. We were up
bed.
We were up really
No,
late every night.
We went to bed when we should have a BC time.
Yeah, BC time. But I looked at the time. I'm like, it's 2 a.m.
It was just exhausting. We would be drinking all day, and then we're editing for most of the night, and it's like you get up and do the thing again. Like I was so exhausted coming back.
Well, yeah, I dreaded. You get exhausted taking 42 shits in a day.
Well, I took a lot of shits there for sure.
I dreaded coming downstairs every morning because I didn't bring. I was on the first top floor anyways of the 4-story place that we lived in, so I had to go down past Anthony's fart cave, and no, it was fine. There was no, but I dreaded it because our rooms were fine, and then I knew once I opened up that door, it was going to be like heading to the north, and
because it was so cold downstairs.
The polar cave,
not Lord of the Rings, whatever that dungeon, the fucking dragons show is.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, but like.
That's why you got the Arctic.
You
sweater.
had like it was an ice cavern down there, and I had to go down and get my water, and I was looking for room temperature. It felt like the water ended up being like it was in a refrigerator anyway.
I know.
So
and the water run hot. Hey, we run really hot.
But guys, we came back with a W, with a big George W. The Can Fan now. We've went to the last 4 Thanksgiving Day games. They've won 3 of them, so we're 3-1. We're riding a 3-game victory stretch for our last 3 Thanksgiving Day games. I'm going to say this to you guys. What was your experience with it being the first time the team hasn't been hyped up really? Like, what did you guys notice different this time around with the team going into the game 4-7 opposed to every other year where we've had like 8 or 9 or 10 wins at this point of the year?
energy probably wasn't there like we've seen in years past. Like the stadium, what felt, I would say 78% to 80% full. Like there was a lot of missing seats throughout the game.
And it was quiet.
It was the New York Giants, so I don't want to make.
But but the same thing. We watched them play against the New York Giants. And last year, the Commanders, they played the Commanders on Thanksgiving, and the Commanders sucked last year. And it was still packed, and it was still loud last year.
Well, I'm just saying. Hey,
I'm sorry. I'm just trying
to up like that. I'm just saying. New York. Like, I just think that it was, and of course, not to say what you guys were saying was wrong. I'm just also bringing up that, like, I don't know if we had beat the Philadelphia Eagles, I bet you it would have been very loud in that place.
Yeah, I guess. I thought more so just the attendance wise, not the.
Okay, well,
I just think if you take 30,000 people away, like there was times we were sitting there and watching, and the game was exciting to me. Like the game seemed exciting. It was just the first time I'd been at a Cowboys game where I was like, it seems kind of just dead in here a little bit. But again, you're right. There's two of the worst teams in the NFL facing off against each other, which still, as the ratings go, was one of the it was the most watched NFL game of the year so far, with like 38.5 million viewers or some shit.
Yeah, I know. And that's the tale as old as time is. There's no reason for anyone to, on the business side of things for the Dallas Cowboys, to want anything
to change.
And of course, everyone on the Cowboys organization wants a Super Bowl. So let's just put that aside. But there are just, if I was the marketing representative, the VP of marketing with Dallas, I wouldn't really be caring that they're losing at this point because we're still getting the attention.
The numbers are still hitting.
So, I'm not saying that, if he was scared of his job, that would change anything. I just made him up in my head. Don't even know if it's a guy or a girl, really. Okay? It could be, I went and watched Wicked this weekend. Maybe it's a talking goat professor. I don't know, okay? And if you haven't seen the movie, go see it so you know what that context is. I feel like my glasses are fucking slanted. But anyway. I don't know. Gentlemen, I bring to you, unless I'm just derailing the question that Anth had and being selfish, but I bring to you the schedule. It's the schedule. I'm bringing up the schedule because there's a couple things I want to go over.
Okay, let's do it. The Cowboys somehow have two primetime games. They have a Monday nighter and a Sunday nighter in the next 5 games. Guaranteed, unless Cowboys are facing Washington in some crazy fucking way that they're fighting for the playoffs. That would maybe be a primetime game, but it's insane to know that this team has two more primetime games.
Okay, well, the first thing I want to bring to the table, and we don't dwell on this because I do want to get to Cincinnati, and this maybe is a little preemptive, but let's just calculate real quick. Cowboys have a chance to beat Cincinnati. Cowboys have a good chance of beating Carolina. Tampa Bay and Philadelphia are those 2 games that the Cowboys could lose to, and then they could beat Washington. They've done it before, especially if Washington's already in the playoffs by week 18. Playoffs. But by the looks of it, Washington is going to have to be fighting for that spot, fighting that week. But let's just say the Cowboys finish 3-2. At best, they could probably finish 4-1. And at ultra best, they could run the gambit and have a great game against Philadelphia and potentially beat Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is not an unbeatable team. They're just of that group.
Right.
And I'm only saying Bengals because Bengals have been going through a rough spell.
Yeah, they're 4-8.
Losing games, but allowing a lot of points.
Terrible defense.
And it looks like if Dowdle continues to be this guy, 86 yards against Washington, 112 yards against New York with his first touchdown, a nice double dinger for Dowdle.
And first 100-yard game.
Yep.
He's never rushed for 100 yards. And that's the first Cowboys 100-yard rusher in like 20-something games.
Oh my goodness!
How fucked up is that? Tony Pollard didn't have a 100-yard rushing.
Had
game
a lot of
year?
100-yard
scrimmage yards.
But
it's just when you think about that, when you heard that the Cowboys didn't have a 100-yard rusher last year,
that's wild.
Kind of perplexed a little bit.
Well, I'm glad that trend is broken. But do you know what I'm getting at here? So that would lead us to being anywhere from 8 and 9, I guess. Or no, I'm doing bad math. Help me out here.
You said 3-2.
3 and 2.
Kind of what you were figuring. So 3 and 2. Yeah, 8 and 9.
8 and 9 or
10 and 7.
10 and 7.
Which I
10 and 7's.
Could you also see them being 7 and 10? I could see them losing to. I could see them losing to Cincy, Tampa, Philadelphia, and Washington.
I could see that too.
I could see them being 6-11.
I could see them losing to Carolina too. Throw them in the mix, okay? But I'm just building that scenario. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but there's a chance that the Cowboys get into the playoffs there.
Playoffs. I'll tell you
with
this:
that.
if they go and beat the Bengals, even though they're 4-8, the Bengals have the ability to score 40 points on you. Joe Burrow's. I was listening to this stat about Joe Burrow. The way he's been playing with 30 touchdowns and his his EPA for touchdown passes. Every other quarterback that's been on this kind of pace, the lowest their record had been by the end of the season was 11-5.
But what
With the same type of stats that Joe Burrow has right now.
what's their team?
They're 4-8.
They're 4-8. So
They're 4-8. They have a worse record than the Cowboys right now.
No, I know. So he can't hit that same type of record then.
No, it's impossible.
Yeah.
But that just shows that they're capable of putting up points, which is scary to me. So if they end up beating the Bengals, yeah, sure, it's only a 4-8 team. I'll start getting a little bit more excited.
Well, the Bengals started the season losing 3 straight to New England, KC, and Washington. Then they beat Carolina. Lost to Baltimore in overtime.
But put up a fight.
Put up a great fight, 41-38 game. And since the Washington game, aside from this New York and Cleveland game, they've been putting up steadily 30 points, 34
They've been putting up points, but you also look at who they've lost to. They've lost to Washington, Cowboys beat. They've also last week lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Granted, the Cowboys didn't beat the Pittsburgh Steelers when Danger Russ, the Danger Witch, Mr. Unlimited, was playing, so you can't really compare them. But you look at their wins, Carolina, New York, Cleveland, and Las Vegas. That doesn't scream scary. The issue is if you had to bet on Cooper Rush beating Joe Burrow to the first team who scores 40, who are you betting on?
Oh, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Cool.
Careful, though. It's spicy.
Although Cooper Rush head-to-head versus Joe Burrow is 1-0.
Well, and no one
in the Vegas toenail game when I was in Vegas.
But no one is going to say if the Bengals go ahead and beat Cowboys on Monday Night Football, no one's going to say, oh, well, you didn't have your starting quarterback in. They're going to say your team sucks.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And the
Cowboys suck, but the San Francisco 49ers are hitting adversity right now with
so many injuries.
Which is one of their players gone.
So many injuries for them. But the Bengals, their defense sucks. You can see that. My issue is, can the Cowboys can they capitalize on that? I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. And I'm excited for it. It's cool that if the Cowboys do beat the Bengals and go to 6-7, well, we're right back to hype. We're right back to hype mode.
Hey,
we're right back to hype mode.
I'm in hype mode right now.
But how Cowboys would it be to beat the Bengals and lose to Carolina?
Very. And this is the thing. If Cowboys beat Cincy and then go on to beat Carolina as they should,
they're fucking 500, baby.
Now I'm back on that. Let's go for the fucking Super Bowl, though, because it's just like, I do think there's a chance the Cowboys can beat Philadelphia. It's the divisional rival. Philadelphia has looked maybe the best I've seen them be playing football.
I think beside them and the Lions are the best NFC teams right now.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just that surprise game. The reality though is, I wouldn't be surprised if we drop the next 5 here.
No.
But look, before we go and look at the rest of the season, we got Week 14 here, Cincinnati Bengals. As you can tell on ESPN, ABC, ESPN Plus.
Simpsons game. It's the Simpsons game.
Is it?
Yeah, where I don't know what the fuck they do.
But
I
only
think
if
it's
you
like
watch on the one.
It's like the Nickelodeon they did a couple years ago or last year, where you can put it.
Like
it shows them playing in Springfield, and who knows?
We'll have to try to see if we can find a version.
Yeah,
of it
like
going on.
Yeah, it's nothing that we want to watch a whole game of. It's weird that the Simpsons, I thought, have passed their kind of.
What are they in season 35?
Something, but it just seems weird to have this coming out at this time.
Yeah, they've been around just as long as you guys haven't won a Super Bowl.
I bet we can find clips on X. So.
Totally.
That,
At halftime, we can look at a couple clips on X.
Our chat's gonna be telling us where to go.
Oh yeah.
So
we got the plug.
We got the plug.
Did we? Sorry. before we move on, did we do Kraken player of the game for last week?
I think we said I think we said
Dowdle, right?
Yeah, we went Dowdle. Micah got it. Like Micah got the Thanksgiving Day game turkey bowl or whatever the hell they give out, Madden turkey leg.
Yeah, but
I don't think that should have been like. He had 1.5 sacks. Sure, he played good, but for me, it was between DeMarvion Overshone and Rico Dowdle.
After watching the sounds of the sideline, I was like, it could have been Dowdle but Dowdle because he had a 100 game in his first touchdown, but DeMarvion Overshone, he had that pick six plus a fumble recovery.
In NFL history, there's only 5 players that have had a pick six and a fumble recovery.
I have to just go with what excited me the most.
Ooh.
And that whilst that play was very exciting, don't get me wrong, I am a bit of a curmudgeon where I'm like, yeah, but it's third string.
Drew Lock.
Still, he's an NFL.
What if he does it to Joe Burrow?
Then I'll go back and I'll come back in time and
take that, Joe Burrow.
I'll tenet myself back here and slap myself.
That was the most confusing movie of all time.
You come in here backwards.
Yeah.
Did you guys understand that movie?
No,
yes, I did.
You did? Bullshit.
Right at the
I
end.
mean, I understood it enough
I don't think I even
enjoy
made it
it
to the
as
end.
the action movie, but I didn't need to know the science of it.
I was like,
didn't
I don't know
really
what
care
the
about that.
hell is happening right now.
I
But the
didn't-
action sequences were cool.
Yeah, an hour and a bit into the movie, I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then I was like, right towards that last third act, I was like, okay, I think I'm getting it. And then the end kind of put a nice ribbon on it for me.
But the thing that
Fire.
excited me the most about that game was the 100 yards and the tutty for Dowdle. Not even knowing that the Cowboys haven't had 100-yard rushers in X amount of games, 20 games or whatever you said. Just the fact that we've been waiting so long for Dowdle to get that 100 and to get his touchdown. and
Almost
he
had it
didn't get
against Washington. We wanted him to get it against Washington.
Rushing touchdown.
He's kind of been cucked a little bit. He just wasn't getting the chances prior.
Go sit in the corner and watch CD run this in.
Yeah,
Or,
and they were just underutilizing him in a lot of games. I fully believe if he was playing in the San Francisco game, he 100% has more than 34 yards that Ezekiel Elliott has and helps them possibly win that game. So I'm glad that they the crazy thing is it took them till week 12 to figure out that Rico Dowdle should have been their lead back when we were preaching it in the preseason.
Yeah, but not only Dowdle, but even Turpin. It's like, why did it take us so long to actually finally utilize those two guys as offensive weapons? Like Turpin is a solid WR3. And now that he's getting more touches, I thought Turpin had a great game against the Giants.
He did, yeah.
So not only he's not a special teams weapon,
he led the wide receivers with 53 yards.
He's looking at his big brother CeeDee Lamb saying, "What's up, CeeDee?"
Here's the thing with Turpin too. Before we hop into looking at some hot PFF stats, Turpin really feels like he has made the necessary leap this year. I know he's coming off that run back, so everyone's definitely high on him.
Yeah, but the game before that, he had the big catch, the big slant.
Big slant,
right? No, he's. I'm not talking about the special teams necessarily. That's awesome and great to see. But I'm talking about his involvement in the offense, whether or not it's just utilizing him better or him getting that leg up that he needed to. Because he's not a very big guy, but
not a very
damn,
big guy,
he
but
packs a punch.
Packs a punch. He has that. He can do things. He can do things to the defense that none of the Cowboy players can do. You know.
Just looking at these stats, and it's bringing me back in time. Sorry, I just have to hit it again. Week 10 against Philadelphia, Cooper rushed 45 yards passing. That is such an eyesore. That is so funny, man.
We're gonna keep the ball on the ground, gentlemen. Ball on the ground. It's too wet out here. It's a beautiful sunny day. Yeah, but any moment now, we got to be prepared.
Dowdle outrushed Cooper Rush's passing. That's still crazy.
Someone changed it up.
Look at this, guys. These power rankings. This is the first time we've seen
something close.
Yeah, this is. Oh, well, look at until
offense.
Okay.
Offense. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got power rank for the Bengals and the Cowboys. The Bengals overall 17th, Cowboys 19th. This I think is the closest power or the closest overall rank we've seen in a while. Power rank defense, Bengals with a very bad 30th. Cowboys stepping up with 12th, top 15. Getting back Deron Bland, getting back Micah Parsons, possibly having DeMarcus Lawrence and Trevon Diggs this week is also going to help. And then it goes to the power rank offense where you're at the exact opposite end of the spectrum with the Bengals first overall and the Cowboys 32nd overall the offense. The Dallas Cowboys, guys.
And it feels like it.
It does. Watching them does feel like that because you got to think back to the last couple games. Overshown scores a touchdown, right? Without them, the offense only scored. Without that Overshown touchdown, the offense only scored 20. The week before, the team scored 34 points, but 2 were special teams. So again, the offense only scored 20 points the last 2 weeks. Doesn't make it feel very, very good.
No. But maybe good against a 30th ranked defense.
Well, this is the thing. If you're going to get a chance to eat, this is the time for the Dallas Cowboys. This is the chance for this offense to cook a little bit. You have Brandon Cooks back finally. You might be getting Jake Ferguson back off the concussion or whatever the hell's going on with him. Turpin's starting to look good. Rico Dowdle's coming off of his first 100-yard game with a rushing touchdown. CeeDee Lamb's a little bit banged up, but at least he's getting some help. So if this is the time for the offense to have some sort of offensive explosion, they're going to need to put up at minimum, I'm going to say minimum 35 points to hang with the Bengals.
I'll give them a little offensive explosion if that's what they're looking for. Hey,
the fruit explosion.
Anything else? Oh, yeah. Let's go have a quick look at the injuries, and then I'm going to bring up the ESPN matchup predictor.
Now that we've also
hang
won,
on,
now that we've also won 2 games in a row, are we back at power rankings? Are we going to get back on power rankings?
We might have to. We might have to just.
You know what? Let's have a peek. We'll have a peek.
We might have to.
We'll do a peekaboo.
We kind of just fell off that.
Yeah, we'll do a peekaboo.
We'll have a peek. I know. Well, because
we're just depressed about.
You know what? No, it's just like any sort of government. There was chaos. We were on the brink of collapse, so we had to basically shelve things that we couldn't invest time into, and but now we can bring it back. Things have settled down. The coup failed. Cowboys are still them boys, baby.
Just like Cowboys Nation, they're gonna drag you along the whole season because even if they lose against the Bengals, the Commanders will lose this week, and we'll still be in that same situation going into next week. You know what I mean? We're gonna get dragged right to week 18.
Right to week 18.
I just know that's what's gonna happen.
Cowboys are still gonna be mathematically able to make the playoffs week 18. I'm calling it right now.
I just have that feeling. And
if the Cowboys are playing in the afternoon, the morning games are going to go the way
it's going to be something crazy, and we're all going to get hyped up, and then they're going to get blown out 58-0 or something stupid.
Over-under is the thing that draws my attention right away. 49.5. I'm going over.
Higher lower?
The higher lower. I'm going over. You boys?
Yeah. I think the Bengals put up at least
40.
I said 30. I feel like the Cowboys need to put up 34 to beat the Bengals. So if I go the Bengals scoring 34 minimum, the Cowboys only need 16 points.
Yeah.
I'm betting that over all day, baby. All day.
It's also because the Bengals defense isn't so hot. Even if they blow them out, Cowboys can still go out there, get 20, 21, 24 points in that area and the Bengals can still be comfortably in lead the whole game.
You got that little side story with Jamar Chase this time around because Trevon Diggs pretty much shut him out the first time they played. Before that game in 2022, Trevon Diggs or Jamar Chase was talking a little bit of shit. And then Trevon Diggs came out and put him basically, I think he had like 2 catches. Strapped him.
Strapped.
You're going to get that little bit of extra motivation from Jamar Chase. You're seeing a little bit of that in the articles already.
Well, that's a nice little segue because as you mentioned, maybe Diggs is going to lock down Chase. Do we have any other cornerbacks who are going to be able to be playing to lock down the other wide receivers? Because we ended up with a poop ton of cornerback injuries over the last couple weeks here.
Yeah, the Cowboys worked out the ex-Miami Dolphins, Xavier Howard, I want to say.
Xavier Howard.
Today.
Okay.
So
really?
Yeah, he was their captain in Miami. Like he was a good player. I'm surprised when I saw that. I was like, he's not on a team. That's kind of strange.
He might be a little weathered, but sometimes you bring in that salty sea biscuit and just goes nice.
Sea biscuit him up.
Bring the salty sea biscuit in, slap some mayonnaise on it, and there you go. You got a little tasty treat.
So these are the questionables. We got Smith, Martin, Wanway, but I think he's out, right? Thomas?
Well, Thomas won't be playing today.
And Ferguson with the concussion.
Thomas is questionable. That's pretty crazy to think.
Guys, was it Thomas that had the high ankle sprain?
Yeah, I think he might have just not.
I thought it was meniscus.
No, that was sorry.
No, just he might not be officially moved to that.
Right.
That yet. But for all that we've read, it was a long-term injury, at least an injury reserve.
But
right?
that's not everybody. Where's Butler?
Butler's gone. He's on.
Anyone who is
Butler,
gone.
I think. Well, I guess you're showing the reason
They're showing Dak.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
which
know
is
why.
strange. That's
Injury reserve. Is that what IRR is?
Look, I'm gonna
torso. Jeez, that can't be good.
But I think Martin's just a old man injury or old man.
But dare I say that I kind of want to see Brock Hoffman in there. Like
you want to see him
playing?
I want to see Brock Hoffman play again.
Oh yeah. So do I. I thought you mean you want to see him on the IR list.
No, I would love for.
I want Behoff to get.
No, but Zach Martin's questionable. But I'm like, maybe I don't really want to see him in the lineup just to see if we have something going with Brock Hoffman.
Absolutely.
There is a point in your life, and Zach Martin has not played that well this season, and Brock Hoffman's kind of brought a little bit of grit.
Yep.
Right, like right now, the offensive line that you had going against the Giants, the offensive line that you had going against the Commanders, I think you have to roll with them another week.
They're Coop Rushes boys. Brent Packer guy says Cowboys can find IRR is return designation.
Nah, that's a lie. That's injured reserve.
Injured reserve.
Are we gonna look at the Bengals?
Well,
you're giving me some nasty Hoffman.
Yeah, this is just.
Let's get it.
This has been circulating, and I figure. Let me just.
No time like the Prezi.
Just the effort.
There he is.
Brock.
Get the fuck off me, man! I like that one. Ooh. Get off me, baby. Get off
Took
me.
him out the club.
Yeah. This one's good.
Where is he? I don't know which player he is. I'm just kidding.
Man.
Yeah,
That's right.
baby. Give me that attitude.
So, but that video has been kind of circulating, and I've seen a couple content creators use it, including our boy, big fella.
Dallas Cowboys crew.
Yeah, the Cowboys Cowboys Up podcast had Brock Hoffman.
They did
on the show earlier in the season when he was battling for the center position. But again, maybe we have our guy at right guard for next year. He's been playing very well. I'm excited to see if Zach Martin's out, where that used to be like if Zach Martin was out, you're like, oh my goodness, this is bad. But Brock Hoffman's played very well in his absence.
I would just say it takes a lot of balls to be a mean guy on the offensive line. Every team should have one. And the reason is you are going up against big ass dudes who, it might be one thing to be a cornerback or something like that, to be mouthing off to a wide receiver, and you're not in their face. These guys are in each other's face every single play.
You're getting hit. You're getting hit by the dude that you just mouthed off. He is 100% hitting you the next play.
Oh yeah, you're cranking
every single play. You talk shit, he gets a chance to go at you the very next play.
Or you say something to him in the first quarter, and he's waiting until the fourth when the fumble happens, and now he gets a chance to just fucking block the shit out of it, blindside block you. You've been booshed, baby.
That's a boost block. That's a booshin' right there.
Toss me one, son.
Hell yeah, son.
Oh no, I got one here. Sorry, I have it right here. Sorry.
Oh well, I'll grab.
Yeah, I'll take one too. Sorry.
Well, while they're taking,
we can't have.
Hey, while you're taking those, let's see if we can go higher or lower with our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy.
What is Underdog Fantasy? It is the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports, with over 5 million happy players and $2 billion won. What? Underdog makes it fun and easy to cash in on all your favorite athletes' performances. Compete against other players just by selecting higher or lower on 2 or more players' stats, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. What? Yeah, that's 1,000 times your money.
How much?
1,000 times your money to turn every touchdown into a win with Underdog. Now, guys, we've done Underdog a few times. We have been very biased, and that's why, we've been not as successful as we could have been, okay? You can either pick the standard method where all three of your picks have to be correct, or you can flex it and either get 2 correct to win just a little bit amount of money, or 3 correct to win a little bit more amount of money. The real cool thing that you can do with football specifically is the Red Zone Rush. It's a game you won't find anywhere else. Just pick whether or not a player will score a touchdown by swiping right for yes and left for no. What is this, the Tinder of football apps? Yes, it is. It's as simple as that. Plus, your entry will automatically be boosted, and you'll get a 51% profit boost when you play. I mean, come on, you guys.
Love it.
Join over 5 million fans that are already playing on Underdog with their champs game. You could win money by making entries with your favorite players Trust us, it's fun. Ask Bot G, he knows. And you could also win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats like passing yards, interceptions, touchdowns, and more. Underdog is the place to play champions. So sign up and deposit now using our promo code. That's CANFAN, CANFAN, to get up to 1,000 in bonus cash. What's that, Adam?
1,000 in bonus cash.
With promo code CANFAN, CANFAN on Underdog Fantasy website or app. Also this season, there's going to be a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost, pump up your winnings, and just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discount. You'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at a big George W. and free picks. They're basically a sure thing. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 touchdowns for that selection to win. Plus, all new users get a free pick. Go to their underdogfantasy.com or the Underdog Fantasy app, and you must be 18 years or older, 19 plus in Alabama or Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMDLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona 1-800 next step. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text next step to 53342 New York. Call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-8778 Hope New York or text Hope New York at 467-369. Okay.
And we back. We back. Oh, hey, we're back. So,
Oh, shit, son.
Crack 'em if you got 'em,
Got
son. Get it in ya. Get it in ya, son.
Drip, vodka seltzer, crack them if you got them on this fine December Wednesday. Okay.
December Wednesday.
Let's back up. Only 5 games left.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, hey, whoa. What are you fucking throwing the towel in? You fucking jump off the fucking wagon.
Shit.
You fucking.
I forgot to bring our stash of towels.
Well, we need those here, number one.
These ones are not even close to the the new ones, the quality. We got 9 of them. I got 9 towels.
The new ones do feel softer.
The quality's better.
I'm gonna have to replace. No, I can't replace the old Betsy here. Actually, I don't know if this is the original.
Whenever I sit there, the first thing I do is grab that thing off and throw it off to the side.
The dirt rag.
Hey, I don't want to derail. You said we only have 5 games left.
We only have 5 games left. It's just depressing.
Hey, I'm going to derail us here because
what about the playoffs, baby? Playoffs.
Okay,
there's a $5 super chat from our boy Bot G. I want to know who else is setting up 2 screens to watch the Monday night game on ESPN while simultaneously watching the Simpsons version on Disney Plus.
That's smart. As long as you can. Oh, it's Disney Plus that has it.
I think it's Hulu, and we don't get the same type of version that Bot G gets in Canada.
Oh, you don't have a VPN?
I don't have a VPN.
I do.
I do too.
Well,
I got NordVPN.
Okay, well,
what? You're too scared to use a VPN, little bitch boy?
No, I was thinking about our podcast, and I didn't want to slow down the network.
Okay.
By having a VPN rerouted, because AJ also confirmed
but
that it slowed it down a little bit.
The VPN does, that's for sure. But we can then VPN Disney Plus.
We can
on a screen.
Couldn't one of us just bring? I could bring my laptop, VPN it, put it on, and then hook it up.
I'm not gonna make you bring your laptop. I have like 15 laptops here. Okay, we're good. Hey, we're on that.
I'm gonna go to my laptop closet.
Hey, we're good,
guys. Matchup predictor.
But thank you for that offer, bro.
You're welcome.
Matchup predictor.
Well, you know what? These matchup predictors can suck my balls because the last time we talked about this, I'm pretty sure the Cowboys were 22% chance of beating the Washington Commanders. How the hell did that spin it out for us?
Well, this is funny because
how do you even get 66.1 and 33.7?
And it's not Alex's fault for bringing up the matchup predictor, okay?
No.
It's eat me out, eat
doesn't even equal 100%.
Obviously, 0.2% are indecisive.
Okay, fair enough. They should have that. Give me the pie chart.
It's tie.
It's tie. Hey, guess what? It's tie. And it's not like college, so it's not going to be an exciting tie overtime game.
Frank, every time I ask you this question, for every game, you always say tie. It's going to hit sometime, Sally. It's going to hit sometime.
Hey, Frank, do you know how to add up to 100% with 2 pieces? There's a tie. It's got to be the tie a chance, right?
It's got to be the tie. What do we want to look at?
Did we look at? We didn't look at the injury, the Bengals injury report either. No one important. DJ Turner, I guess, a little bit.
I had it up originally, but yeah.
No one really jumping out at us.
Logan Wilson.
Linebacker. Their linebacking crew sucks.
Questionable.
Boots is saying after the prediction, the percentage, he said, so you're saying there's a chance. Heck yeah, there's a chance. Because
there's a chance. 33%.
Before we played Washington, what was the
I just said it, 22%.
So there's a massive chance.
And I'm fine with being wrong because I don't believe that we have this ability. But I have had this psychic feeling that the Cowboys were going to win this game since the beginning of the season. And I knew
it's
I
because
knew
we
that
felt it together.
I thought Bengals would be a much better team in terms of their
Overall team.
their record, but their offense is exactly what I expected them to be this
Their
season.
offense is scary, man. Chase Brown's good. Obviously, you have Jamar Chase. Obviously, you have T. Higgins. Of course, you have Burrow.
This loser?
I think it's just Gesicki or whatever is their tight end. He can do it if he needs to.
And yeah, not to derail from their offense because they do look good, but look at the difference here between Brown. Mind you, I don't think Brown was their starting running back.
No, he was sharing with Zach
Moss.
Zach Moss for a little bit, and then Moss got hurt and on the IR. But Brown's looked pretty good the last few games.
But can't you say the same thing perhaps about Dowdle? As he hasn't really become the starting de facto starting running back.
They look very even sans the touchdowns.
And look over there on Chase and Lamb, same thing. Well, obviously Chase is having a much better yards.
Well, yeah, look at that 70. They both have 79
I know.
receptions. One of them, holy shit.
Yeah,
Chase is hitting the long ball and 13 tugs.
But
13 tugs.
Whoo-wee. For my money, I would have bet under 880 yards because I just haven't looked at the stats in a long time. It doesn't feel like Lamb has had 880 yards.
CeeDee Lamb's 5th in the NFL with receiving yards.
I know
How crazy is that?
and
You wouldn't have expected, and we're like, look, people are like, CeeDee Lamb's not doing anything.
He's fucking trash.
He's still a top 5 receiver with having a down year, which is pretty crazy.
I just can't believe that freaking Rico Dowdle is getting Bud Kilmered right now by McCarthy.
He
One
is.
touchdown with all those yards.
He's totally getting Bud Kilmered.
Yeah, well, Adam, although in fairness, Lamb, who should be at 10 plus touchdowns right now, has 4. So
right.
I think there's a
You're
there's
right.
a problem with the offense.
You're right. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb should be very close to double-digit touchdowns at this point of the year. At least we all would have
Expected.
bet that, and we did expect it. We thought he was gonna, he was kind of on that trajectory that this year could have been a very special year, and it didn't happen, unfortunately.
If he had 8 with Dak playing his regular way, I would be disappointed right now.
Well, and right now, because those 4 touchdowns did cut all, he hasn't had a touchdown pass from Cooper Rush yet.
Six games he hasn't?
Something crazy
No,
like
I think
that.
it's like 6 games that he hasn't had.
5 or 6
Yeah, well,
games.
the fucking son stole one of them from him. Crack him if you got him.
Crack me if you got him. Goddamn Jerry's son.
Hey, you guys want to look at power rankings?
Yeah,
Yep,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get the power rankings up here. Well, we have to guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric at home, did you give it away? So NFL power rankings, week 14, Bills and Eagles nipping the nipple at injury-riddled Lions' heels. And Ravens drop?
Yeah, they lost to the Eagles.
Oh, right, the fucking Eagles.
That was a good game, man.
Now-
that was a fun game.
Real quick, when I was watching that game, the Eagles started off, the Ravens started off very hot. You get 2 birds playing together. I forget which ones, all birds of a feather flock together or whatever. And I was like, oh man, Ravens are just going to run right through Eagles. Then I came back, I think in the third half or somewhere through there. And I was like, fuck, it wasn't supposed to go this way.
It wasn't supposed to be this way.
Eagles are good this year, guys.
Eagles are a good team, man.
And to me, if it's my money, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna name the first 2. I'm going Lions. Eagles are the top 2 teams right now.
Lions 1, Eagles 2.
Yeah, Lions 1, Eagles 2, and then I think the Chiefs have to be defaulted to 3. Then the Bills.
Are you doing power rankings or how?
Yeah, this is this is what I think it's gonna be: Lions, Eagles, Chiefs. Who did I say? Bills, Ravens. Those are my 5 that I think.
I'm going to go, or do you want to go first?
I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go Chiefs.
1?
Yeah. Chiefs is 1, then Eagles.
You're smoking on that Mahomes pass.
Oh, no, sorry. Here, I'm going to go.
Why? What makes you think the Chiefs are 1?
I'm going to go Chiefs, number 1. Then I'm going to go the Lions. Then I'm going to go Eagles. Then I'm going to go Bills.
That's 4.
Yeah. And then Ravens as 5.
Yeah.
And whenever I call out like that, he's usually right. So now I'm expecting the Chiefs to be the
Chiefs 1?
I'm going to go Eagles, Chiefs.
You gotta put Lions there.
Eagles, Chiefs, Bills, Lions, Ravens.
Wow. Okay.
Eagles,
I mean,
Chiefs, Bills,
we all
Lions,
got the
Ravens.
same 5.
I'm just shaking it up.
Yeah, we all got the same 5.
Okay, now where are the Cowboys? I'm going to say they're Michael Jordan.
Somewhere in the parking lot.
Hang on, I'm going to forget my.
I got it.
Eagles,
I'm going to go Michael
Chiefs.
Jordan. 23.
23. Okay.
I'm gonna go 20. Cowboys 20th. They got five wins.
22. I'll go in between you
Yeah,
guys. 22.
you guys might be. So you said 23, 20, 22.
Well, at least we made this fun for the top 5.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. So this is, I mean, one of us is going to
something's gone wrong.
We're all going to be eliminated.
It's gonna be the Bills.
Blah, 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 blah,
blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah.
Detroit Lions! Did you say Lions?
Yeah, I said Lions.
Okay,
I said Detroit,
I thought
Philly.
none of us did. Okay, well, we're
Let's
out.
get it, and then Philly.
Ant's already looked at this.
Bills.
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 So I'm eliminated.
Okay, so it's Lions, Bills, Philly.
At 3, which makes sense.
Unchanged.
It's got to be Chiefs at 4.
Chiefs,
okay?
unchanged.
And then Ravens.
And then
5. Oh!
Vikings move up
the team
to 5.
the Vikings at 5 that everybody's just kind of forgot, like the worst 10-2 team of all time.
It is. It's the worst 10-2 team I've ever watched.
They're fool's gold, man. They've somehow, and respect, man. Like you got what the fuck's his Sam Darnold's second coming of being a top overall pick. Congrats to him, but they're just they're gonna lose round 1.
Vikings remind me of like a Disney movie story where the underdog finds a way to like find a shortcut in the big race.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, how the hell did you guys get? How did you get to 10-2? You guys cheat?
Or in Fresh Prince when they find out that DJ Jazzy Jeff actually took the the butler. Who's the butler? What was the butler? Jeffrey took the cab in that marathon race.
Yeah,
All right.
Footage of it.
Yeah.
And then
Jeffrey,
Green Bay is next.
How about
we got to keep going till we see.
Shotgun the Brent Packer guy.
How about this though? There's 3 NFC North teams in the top 6: Green Bay, Minnesota, and Detroit. That is insane, dude. That is the new wrecking crew right there.
That's the new division right there, man.
That's a division you don't want to mess with. And they all have more than 9 wins. They have 9 wins, 10 wins, and 11 wins.
And
That's wild.
Green Bay was even operating without Love for a couple of games.
Yeah, and
too,
they did
so.
good. That just shows their team's well built.
Very
If the Chicago Bears didn't completely blow the season, they could have been the first division to have all 4 teams in the postseason.
I want the NFC Beast, NFC Beast to do that, but
That's probably a few years away. They had a chance
Giants.
a couple years ago.
Steelers,
all right.
Sorry, I just trying to
NFC
find.
North, AFC North.
There they are, the
There's
Ravens.
the Ravens. Oh, I guess 8-5. We gave the Ravens a little bit more credit.
We gave them way more cred.
Yeah, but they've just been on a hot streak, and Lamar Jackson is the
the best player of
MVP
football,
uncrowned MVP right now.
I bet you freaking Josh Allen's gonna take it from him.
Josh Allen has a chance.
Yeah.
8-4 Chargers at 9, but they did lose J.K. Dobbins.
I can't look at the Chargers without seeing. Huh? You're my guy.
That's my guy.
The Broncos, Bo Nix.
How
Everyone's
happy are we that we didn't take that bet with that Patty guy this year?
Oh gosh.
Oh
very.
fuck.
Because I would have doubled down on it. I would have taken that bet again if someone said the Broncos.
I don't think he was a Broncos guy. I think he was a Russ Wilson guy.
No, he was a Coach Payton guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's actually he did afterwards.
He was on to something.
Yeah. But look, Bo Nix coming out of nowhere, I believe. And I could be saying this wrong, but I believe that Bryson was really high on Bo Nix in that quarterback draft class.
He's been doing well.
And now he's coming to show up. So,
Bo Nix.
Great name for a quarterback.
Hey, when was Bo Nix taken? What pick? In the first round?
6th.
No.
I can't see.
I know. That's why I'm asking you. I just read it. Don't look at chat. You already picked. You said 6. AJ, you get a pick.
I'm going to say...
12. It's higher than what Ad picked.
12?
Yep, 12.
Okay. Damn it.
Did you say that? Well,
I whispered it to you.
You did.
Oh, I could have just looked like this.
Yeah, but that'd be cheating.
Broncos pick bonus.
Commanders at 11. Texans at 12. The Bucks at 13.
So again, another team that we play. The Bucks, Commanders.
A 6-6 Bucks team at 13, though.
We could take them. Bucky Irvin's looked good.
They've lost as many as they've won.
Bucky Irvin over on the CanFan Big Board on day 3. We wanted Bucky Irvin. He's been fucking killing it.
I would love
had
Bucky
had an amazing game last week.
Swap Bucky for Leafau.
Yeah, all day, any day, man.
Hey, yo.
Hey,
What's up,
dog.
Nate?
Hey, Nate, 5-7, baby.
Survey says 49ers are done.
Yeah.
Is that what Nate said?
Yeah.
Well, Nate, we're gonna stop at the Cowboys, so we'll see on these power rankings if we can get to the 49ers.
Niners will be ahead of the Cowboys.
Seahawks at 14. Cardinals at 15.
We're doing the power rankings right now.
Rams at 16. Well, I figured we're this far deep.
Yeah, we gotta keep rolling. This is our Colts.
Well,
This is our
you know why though?
team.
Because it's been so long. I'm trying to refamiliarize.
Figure out where everyone's kind of in the pecking order. I agree.
Colts move
weed every day.
Sorry.
Colts moving up 3 spots with a 6-7 record to 17.
Anthony Richardson started to look good again.
Well, I think that's why they maybe gave him a little bit of a boost.
They had Flacco, Joe Flacco in there for a bit, but then Richardson's back and he's been doing pretty good. And it says right there, delivered again with a game-winning drive in the fourth quarter. So they're doing their thing.
Rumor on the street is Anthony Richardson did siphon the life force out of Flacco. Just take it, kid. Hey, kid.
No, he siphoned it out of the. This is our Colts kid.
Yeah.
Hi, Anthony Richardson. Let me give you some power.
Yeah. I'm going to steal your life power, Flacco. What was that, kid?
And then he walks over to Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. What are you doing to me, kid? Get away from me. What are you? Are you 40 years old or 13? I love that guy. Haven't seen his videos recently.
Oh, I've been watching them. I've been seeing them. Miami Dolphins
Drop 2
and smacking out at 18.
You know what happened to the Dolphins, guys?
Injuries. Tua was diving at people with his head, acting like he was a hammer with it. So they kind of dropped some. They dropped a couple games, but Tua had a very good game on Thanksgiving. We were watching it when we were sitting at Texas Live. He was putting up some numbers last week.
The thing about Miami here and why I would not feel comfortable as a Miami Dolphins fan is the next hit with Tua.
Game over.
So, like, can you...
If he gets another concussion, how do you let him go back and play?
I hope we never see it. I'm just saying, chances are in a contact football game like the NFL, he is going to get hit.
Oh, yeah.
The odds are not in his favor.
No. Speaking of hits, and we didn't talk about it yet, but, like, that Trevor Lawrence hit, that guy...
well, let us get to the Jags here. We might not. No, but
Jags are probably last.
That was just brutally.
We'll talk about it in a sec once we see the Jaggies.
The Falcons
19
beat the Cowboys,
but they're ranked 19. So now we're getting into territory. That's what Anth called 20.
I called 20,
and of course our boys,
the Nine Nerds.
The Nine Nerds are there. With McCaffrey being the latest victim of the Madden curse. Actually,
did you see that
twice?
Yeah, did you see that? He had two different covers. So they're like, yeah, this is exactly. He got hit with 2 different injuries because he had 2 different covers. I don't know, like 2. Hey.
None of us picked 21.
Utah.
Give me 2. You know what? Honestly, we've been very good with one of us hitting.
This was tricky.
This was tough. We've been
away. It fell right in between all 4 of us.
And the boys moved up 1.
Okay, they're up 1, so Alex technically gets it de facto wise.
No.
We all lose.
He picked 22.
House wins. House wins.
How does Price's Right work? If you're over, you lose. If you're under, you win.
It is true.
Nth best.
That's why
Tony B.
So I should have done 21. I should have done 21.
Technically, though,
should have said
he's under 22, so he's
Anthony's right.
1.
And I was trying to price his right.
What do you mean? He went over. He picked out. They were 21. Alex picked 22.
Yeah.
I actually.
Do you want me to bring up Drew? What's his name? Drew Carey to explain the Price is Right rules to you?
No, but. That's exactly what I was trying to do, and I fucked it up. I should have guessed 21 because then I would have had 22 as well.
You would have had 2 picks. You would have had 2 picks.
No one wins. But we always give them a...
AJ, read this bitch out.
A few of us have been yelling at the Cowboys to make Rico Dowdle the lead back.
Rico.
He's our man.
Hey, Rico. But that just seemed too easy, I suppose. They'd been sort of on ramping up towards Thursday's breakout performance. Oh, I don't know what the fuck that... They had been sort of on-ramping towards Thursday's breakout performance, but it was strange the Cowboys didn't just lean on Dowdle after his big primetime game in Pittsburgh Week 5.
Yeah,
preach to the choir here.
Yeah,
preach to the
choir, pal.
Even with the illness that odd illness that knocked him out in Week 8.
CanFan was in attendance for that game.
Conspiracy, yeah,
I agree.
Anyways, it was nice to see him flourish a bit, even if this season is sort of spoken for. Shut your fucking mouth! Shut your fucking mouth right now!
How do you know? There's still 5 games left in this bitch, man. There's still 5 games. Until you are eliminated mathematically, the season's still alive.
6% chance, baby. Let's go.
Strictly for this article, I do hope the Cowboys run the gambit now.
Yeah, because put this fucking Ed Home, the dumbass, same name bitch, in
Fuck you,
place.
Ed Home.
Keep writing these articles, please.
Edit home.
Anyways, it was nice to see him flourish. Dowdle is still a player with a lot to play for going forward. The Cowboys defense has also shown some signs of life, led by impressive second-year rookie, thank you, DeMarvion Overshone, who has really blossomed after missing all of last season. He's good for a missed tackle or 2 per game, but who isn't? But Overshown is making game-changing plays on a near weekly basis, including his Thanksgiving pick 6.
This fucking bitch is giving us a paradox. Like, what are you talking? He's good
Here-
for a missed tackle, dude.
You know what?
Get at home. You better stay clear of CanFan in the streets, son.
Just like we talked about when Diggs-
Goddamn oxymoron in a sentence this guy's giving us.
Get him
'Cause
off
he's
the
on
screen. Get him
oxy.
off the screen before Anth attacks it. Just get him off the screen, okay? Just like we talked about when Diggs had his amazing 11 interception season. And he gave up a lot of yards to receivers. And people would use that as a, well, yeah, sure, he did this, but
he gave up.
but he gave up 800 yards or something.
1,100 yards.
But
Just a
our
debatable.
answer was always, okay, I will take the 11 interceptions with 11,000 yards against every series. Because
11,000?
I don't know about
1100,
11,000.
1100, sorry, 1100. Because same thing with Overshown. I'll take those missed tackles for his electric ability to have a game-changing
If he
play.
has 2 missed tackles in a game but has a TFL,
Sure.
a TFL to me, one TFL
Yes.
is like
It's essentially
okay.
a sack.
Okay, fucking I can't. I'm drawing a blank. Not Overshown. Why am I Van Der Esch? Watching him just run down the field and do nothing in later stages of his career, I will take a guy that shoots his gap full speed and dives and misses any day of the week. I don't care if he misses 3 or 4 tackles. As long as he's diving at the guy at the line of scrimmage and making the running back or the receiver on a screen have to just make a move and then get tackled by someone else. And then on top of that, having a game-changing play, I'm fucking taking that all day, all long.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just shade throwing in the freaking missed tackles. Don't glaze someone and then shade them up.
I mean, why even add that? He's good for a missed tackle or 2.
Glaze him.
How many linebackers miss a tackle or 2 in a game? Every single one.
If you're gonna glaze me, don't put me in the shade.
Don't shade glaze
leave
me.
Leave me in the sun.
To bake a little bit.
Let me bake a little bit.
Let that glaze bake.
Okay, but
You want to go to some chat?
well, because
Or what?
So Brent Packer guy goes, yeah, that hit on Trevor was BS. Dude needs to be suspended. So let's just talk about it for a second. He got suspended for 3 games.
Wow.
So I have seen some other people come
I don't
back and
know.
say, what is with all this slide? Like Rex Ryan was one of the more vocal people saying, you're going down for a slide. Like, what's he supposed to do when he's in the middle of going for a tackle?
His issue, there's been some other plays now brought up in the past that seems like he was a little bit dirty, but I still think like I've also seen. Oh man, it is pretty bad when you watch it.
Here's the thing. I agree with what he's saying, but this hit is not the example of what he's saying.
No,
that is not an okay hit, and I am for players hitting quarterbacks while they're running because they do that fake ass slide.
So the only thing I'll say, I completely agree. The only thing I'll say about it that I do hate.
What does it say?
I don't know. Just looking at sunshine.
I thought it was a meme.
I thought it was a meme.
Nope. Just Trevor Lawrence.
What's it say? Jaguars plays Trevor Lawrence on IR. The one thing I'll say though is.
Here we go. This is what I'm looking
for.
for.
The super slow motion, I don't know if it's the greatest.
He does not hit helmet to helmet.
Well,
No, it's
Brent Packer guy says it wasn't the hit.
It's the head hitting the
him.
ground.
It's that he uses forearm to hit the guy in the head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then directly pushes pushes his head into the turf. Okay, I do see that. Look, his left forearm. Okay,
But also,
I see that now.
yes, we're watching this in slow motion. You can tell he's sliding now, and he goes for the hit late. I'm sure if you can pull your momentum a little.
Yeah.
And that's what I think the forearm is. You could still hit him there, but you just don't jam him down with the forearm.
Did you guys see his response though?
Who's Lawrence?
Al Shazier.
Oh, what'd he say?
Come at me, bro.
No, he just basically said, "Hey man, I'm out there every play trying to hit you as hard as I can. Am I ever trying to hurt somebody or make it so they can't walk off the field? No." He's like, people have been attacking me. I've been saying some messed up stuff. He's at the end. He's basically saying he's playing football. He plays at a speed that is 100 every time.
Yep.
And his intent was to never knock a guy out.
I agree with that. And actually, just playing on this real quick, there was a response from Sanders, Deion Sanders. How do you spell Deion Sanders?
Deion.
As
I
Alex is
do-
finding
I
that,
do-
Brent Packer guy goes,
No
yeah,
you and Sanders, I don't
if he
think.
just rolled into him, it would have been okay, but he used that form to hit him in the face.
Yeah.
That's a penalty if they are sliding or standing up.
Okay, I see the forearm too. I do see the forearm. It just brings me back to when Andy Dalton got smashed out by the Commanders and nobody did anything. At least Trevor Lawrence's boys came rolling in.
Oh, yeah, exactly. At
I
least-
like to see that. Like his boys were ready to
Man,
roll.
I feel bad for Andy Dalton that no
No,
one...
everybody, Andy Dalton got fucking killed. The Cowboys sucked.
You'll have to bring Andy Dalton's hit up
after we listen to this, but I was, okay, I'll talk about it when we bring up the Andy Dalton.
Just what I'll bring it up right now. What I wanted to bring up here and I couldn't find was a response. I guess I didn't see it, but there was a kind of late or a low tackle done to Shadur Sanders.
Oh, bad. It was bad. Just do Shadur hit.
Okay, yeah. But it was the response.
The Shadur Sanders hit was bad.
Okay, I'll bring that up. Look, now guys.
Now we're down a side quest.
You know
Welcome
when you
to a side
you know when you do when you read that fucking choose your own adventure?
Yeah, that's what's happening right now.
I would do like hit after.
Sorry.
See what brings up.
We're on
this is it. Look at this.
Oh, okay, hang on.
Like that's bad. You're
Like,
you're
trying
targeting
to,
the knees.
you're trying
The
to
guy's head. Look at he's torpedoing. Look at the dude tackling him. Look where his trajectory of his helmet is. Watch his helmet going down here. Oh, that's a greasy hit.
Peace out, Brent Packer guy.
See you, Brent. See, when I see this hit, I think this hit's worse than the other one.
Absolutely.
He's a passer in this situation. Shadur is a passer in this situation. Trevor Lawrence decided to run. The play that Trevor Lawrence ran on, it was a designed run.
Absolutely.
It was an option like he's running the ball.
I think that's where Rex Ryan was going at, is that if you have all of these run plays, you can't, like your quarterback just sliding. It's almost like
it's a cheat code a little
exactly.
bit.
If you're past
it's
that
using
line,
we talked about GoldenEye, it's odd job. You're using odd job.
You're odd jobbing.
Granted, you have a chance of getting your quarterback killed.
Right.
But that's a bad hit.
Oh, that's a terrible hit.
And they lost that game.
Maybe I'll find it here. If I don't find it here, then
we're on to Andy Dalton.
Okay, so no, we're on to Andy Dalton. But all I wanted to say here is this is not the video, but there was a response from Deion Sanders on that hit, and it is kind of relevant to what we were saying about the guy and him just playing football in Al-Azir's response or whatever his name was. And essentially Deion Sanders was like, look, I talked to the coach of that team and I talked to the player and he's going to be calling Shadur and apologizing and Shadur is going to accept his apology. And Deion Sanders, and these are my words, not his, but I'm paraphrasing. He was basically like, these guys are out there playing football and he's like, I'm not looking at it.
And Deion,
he was trying to hurt him. He was making a football play and you basically saying like they're exactly what you were saying.
Well,
like,
Deion played in an era. Deion played in an era where both those hits are illegal.
Yeah.
None of those hits are getting even flagged. Like the quarterback threw it. Well, or the quarterback ran it. Well, now you're gonna get hit.
It's kind of like when Travis Hunter got hit by that guy and took him out for like 6 games last season, and they both kind of came together and had like
AJ do hit again after that.
A post video. I think like what Alex just said there, like in the moment you could be like, this person's starting, like I can't see there being a lot of like dirty players in the NFL because you just can't. There's too many restrictions to have that. So you do have those moments where you're playing at a level where, you misjudged your hit and now you're going to have to pay the consequences. But so I like
it's repeat offenders too comes into play.
Right.
You're right. There are people who are out there being dirty players, but it's really you're playing a full speed contact sport. Quarterbacks do get the most babied treatment.
Totally. And I agree with his response. Al Shazir is we're probably
hey, I can't believe you can't.
The killer. Let's just call him the killer.
We'll call him the quarterback killer, but he's out there to should be out there trying. If you're going to tackle somebody, I'm trying to fuck you up. Like at the end of the day, that's what they're trying to do.
I don't want you to be comfortable catching the ball around me.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to hit you as hard as you can so
or
that you
or
think
even
twice.
running as a quarterback.
Yeah. I don't want you thinking, I can easily get this 10 yards. I want to hit you so the next time that pops into your brain, you're either going to slide it 8 yards or you're not going to even consider that.
You ain't going for that first down.
You're not going for the first down. And so All that being said, you guys want to see a dead body?
Yeah.
Find the Andy Dalton. Nate Dogg says Vontez.
Oh, there it is right here.
Vontez.
Oh, see now
Okay,
this is okay, but do the bottom one because you can see it right from the start. I was watching this, I got so chapped, and then watch nobody do anything.
Okay, buddy.
Terrence Steele's like, I think you killed him. Like that was a bad hit. How is nobody fighting for Andy Dalton? I want to fight.
Andy
for
Dalton's
Andy Dalton.
fighting for his fucking life
And
right now.
And then go back to the slow motion one because it's in fast speed. It's kind of like hard to see, but when you
I just want to see this one more time. No.
nobody did,
Look at his helmet is
Connor,
fucking 5
nobody
yards.
went in and did anything. Like that's instantly. That's a time to get ejected. Look at his head. Boom! Like Dalton got killed in a 22-3 game.
Oh my gosh.
Out.
Yeah.
And he's out, and he's fighting for his life trying to get up.
Oh, Andy Dalton, the red rifle.
Fuck, he looks
Gave
like
it his all, man. Adds doppelganger.
looks like me when I tried to mock down Ryder Lake on my
Armani
bike.
Cooper's like, what team?
my
did I-"
bike and the fucking tire slipped out on me.
Armani Cooper's just like, what did I just walk into?
Well, Cooper, get in there. Fuck that dude up. Like somebody should have just peeled that dude.
Well, Cooper's thinking fumble. I'm gonna pick that up and go for a touch.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, that was a brutally late hit.
That's a bad hit.
And that one's a bad
So
hit.
Bot G says, how big of a locker room jerk must Dalton have been to not get backed up?
Or they're just a bunch of pussies. They're just a bunch of pussies. They were a terrible team that year.
Yeah.
They were losing 22-3.
It-
I don't even care.
It doesn't matter who it is.
You could be the biggest piece of shit on my team, and somebody gets steamrolled like that. You just can't let it happen. Toss me one, son. Getting all fired up. I was so fired up watching that by myself during the COVID year.
Hey.
You fucking pussies! Just could you imagine AJ's clip if that happened?
Oh,
and when
yeah.
that thing was, if CanFan was rolling during that, AJ's going viral for sure.
Oh, I would have not liked that.
Hey.
Toss me one, son.
And I just wanted to say that Nate Dogg goes, Vontez burst fit hit on Antonio Brown is crazy. Brown left Earth and hasn't been back.
Yeah.
Same idea. We don't need to take a look at it. We've all seen it.
No, that one that did 100% change.
Perfect
his
is
career,
had
man.
he was
But he was repeat offender.
but he hit hard. Like he I don't know, man.
It is
Rodney Harrison, you could call Rodney Harrison a cheap hitter. You could call Ronnie Lott a cheap hitter, but these guys they're trying to fuck you up.
You know what? It was the transition years from that style of football to the more modern style of football where they care a lot more about players' heads.
I think like get at the head is like the big. Obviously, if you get CTE, it's terrible. But I find a guy that's going up for a ball and someone aiming at his knees is cheaper than somebody just trying to
look at
take him out.
Gronk suffered.
It was CTE got brought up, and you just
no.
instantly thought of Gronk.
No, I was thinking knees.
Oh yeah,
like
bionic knees.
He had a great career and did play really long, especially for a tight end. But the thing about him and what hindered him was being hit. Guys who just fucking hit his legs the whole
too
time.
big. Yeah, you had to
pick and choose. It's like, do you want to be fucked up in the head so you don't know that you played football, or do you want to be fucked up from the waist down
so you can't
feel
walk?
the pain of being in a football
Gronk's
player?
probably the best player who have retired and then to only come back. He's only ever played with Brady.
Yeah.
And he comes in, he's like, well, I'm obviously not going to go to any other team because no one's going to know that I don't study film. I don't know any of the plays. I just run and Brady throws it to me. So Tom's going to throw it to me. So that's, Gronk's funny. Hey, before Alex runs into this next segment,
crack him if you got him.
Not crack him if you got him. Sponsored by Drip, baby.
Well, let me get mine in too. Go for it, Anth.
Oh, crack him if you got him. Ad always yells at me if it's not on.
I know. I don't think about that. I just think of, us having a good time and cracking them.
That's true.
Okay.
What are we doing? Oh, we haven't even done the 10 storylines.
Eat me out, eat man. Tell us your stories, eat me out, eat man. We want the truth. Eat me out, eat man. Top 10 weekly stories so Cowboys can steal from you.
That's a little intro song.
That's the best intro song.
That was good.
But you know what? We're doing a different intro song for Eat Me Out until we land on one.
I like that. That was pretty good.
Hey,
I think you need to have Nick in there at some point.
Oh yeah.
His name is Nick. He got bullied in school.
I don't know. He looks like a pretty big guy.
Look, we love you, Nick. It's all for fun. The Eat Me Out, Eat Men moniker is simply because it's fucking hilarious to have a nickname.
Yeah,
called, nickname of Eat Me Out.
If anyone's gonna get upset with our fucking song, go pound.
His last name's Eat Man. Like,
look,
at least we said Eat Me Out. Like,
Eat Me Out.
We could have went way worse. We could have went way worse.
We could have gone butthole. We could have done all that.
Yeah, it could have been Nick Eat Man's butthole.
Eat Man's butthole. We didn't do it, Nick. So
we went just Eat Me Out. Eat Me Out, Eat Man.
And I think that's pretty hot.
I think it's good. Big picture storylines for Cowboys Bengals.
Big pictures, storylines for the Cowboys and the Bengals from our boy Nick Eatman. Here are the top 10 big stories for this week, with 5 for the Bengals and 5 for the Cowboys. Starting with the Bengals, Adam Bessie, aka A Best Roll. Oh, look, we just got little tight stories.
AKA Adderall ad.
Adderall ad. It's been an interesting yet disappointing season for the Bengals, who are near the bottom of the AFC with a 4-8 record. Cincinnati, which is impossible to spell, so you better Google it, has struggled the most in close games, posting an 0-6 record in the games decided by 6 points or less.
You got to keep it close. You got to keep it close.
Brandon Aubrey.
Essentially, Bengals are the opposite of what we looked at. I think it was 9 of the 11 wins that the Kansas City Chiefs have been within a score as well. So it's really comes down to that, doesn't it?
Yeah, you gotta hang with these Bengals, man. And I disagree. You said Brandon Aubrey. I don't want to see Aubrey at all. I don't want to settle for 3. You can't. You settle for 3.
No, I was
more
saying,
than 2 times.
I was just saying 6 points or less, because then Brandon Aubrey's going to win the game for us. That's my bold prediction. Brandon Aubrey's going to win the game for us.
Like on a kick last minute.
It has to be. It has for that to happen. It has to be buzzer beater.
Yeah, buzzer beater. Brandon Aubrey.
Okay, I'd already locked in. Okay, Joe Burrow doesn't look like a quarterback of a 4-8 team. We talked about that. His stats don't as well, as he currently leads the NFL in completions, attempts, passing yards, and passing touchdowns. That's a 4. That's a 4-peat right there. The Bengals are tied for 5th in the NFL, scoring 27.9 points per game, but they're the only team in that top 5 with a losing record. So again, it's the Bengals offense can score. They will score at least 27.9 points. It's a race to 35.
Well, here's something that is really going to ruffle our feathers if we were Eagles, but instead we are
Cowboys.
We're cooking those stupid Eagles up at Cowboys on the range, baby. The Bengals have arguably the best 1-2 receiver duo punch in the NFL when healthy. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are quite a combination, I agree. Led by Chase, who leads the NFL in both receiving yards, 1,142, when we saw that was quite a bit ahead of CeeDee Lamb's 880 yards, same amount of catches, and touchdown catches, 13 compared to CeeDee's 4. Higgins has played just 7 games, but is averaging 6.1 catches and 79.2 yards per game, and has a receiving touchdown in each of the last 3 games. Yikes. That offense is rolling. And
it's scary. They can put up points, man.
Well, I don't want to jump ahead because perhaps he's writes about this guy too, but there is the other Chase, the running back, Chase Brown. And he is also something real hot, and I like that kid.
Chases?
I do like that kid. I like that kid.
Canadian boy too.
Yeah. I heard Anth in the fantasy football draft say he thinks that Chase was going to be better than Zach Moss, so I fucking picked Chase up in 3 other leagues, and he did me well.
Yeah,
but guess what? Sorry, I should say he did me well. I didn't make playoffs in any of the leagues except for the CanFan League.
And you didn't pick him up in DeWack because it was between Jay and I, and Jay took Chase Brown, so then I took Moss.
Yeah, and you said Chase Brown. The Bengalis and Cowboys are tied for 26 in the NFL for most points are allowed, each averaging 28.3 points per game for their defense. In the Bengals' last 3 games, they've scored 99 points overall and have lost all 3 games, yielding 113.
Adge generated commas when he does his.
Yeah. I know. No, that's my AI ad.
Oh, AI ad?
AI Adam. Man, 99 points and you lost all 3 games. Can you imagine?
How messed up is that?
I think that's a record. I think that stat was a record I saw.
Scoring that many points and losing all 3 games.
He's had Joe Burrow, if they had a winning record, would be in an MVP contention.
100% he would be. They said out of the 12 quarterbacks that have similar stats that he has right now, I think 10 of them had MVP seasons.
I don't want to derail, but this is how we do it.
That's crazy.
How do you rank? This is how we do it. No, this brings up a question. So how do you how much does a team record rank on a player's MVP? Because
question.
MVP stands for most valuable player, and I think it's how you decide what most valuable player actually means.
You would have to have a year where you didn't have a Lamar Jackson or a
Sure.
Josh Allen.
Someone else who could is a close 2 or 3.
Like right now, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are both playing pretty out of their minds. So for their teams to be in the postseason contention, Josh Allen, you watched he was the first quarterback with a touchdown pass, touchdown receiving, and touchdown rushed.
That's wild.
In a game. So it's too tough for a 4-8 quarterback to be in that conversation, unless he breaks a touchdown passing record.
Unless he was number 1 breaking records in all of these categories.
But the craziest thing is one of the first things we saw was that he leads 4 big categories in the as a quarterback, so he is playing as one of the better quarterbacks. But at what point do you go, okay, Dak Prescott gets fucking hammered on for these garbage time stat padding? They call him stat pad Scott. But what about the game? What about the games where Joe Burrow? He's just trying to lead a hero comeback. Well, what do you want your quarterback to do when you're losing?
Well, so
he's going to put up numbers.
100%.
I want him to fucking give up and throw interceptions.
Hopefully on Monday.
Pull him. The thing about it, I think you nailed the head on the coffin on the head.
You nailed the hammer on the head.
Hey,
of the nail.
I'm a little loopy droopy right now. But unless that team has a playoff chance,
playoffs.
You can't have him in contention. I don't think they right now, like whenever because they do it right to the last game. So if that team makes the postseason, if the Bengals make postseason, I don't know what their percentages. They're probably
They're
like
4-8. They're not. They're 0. They're not. It's impossible.
I'm not going to say everything.
Sure.
Hey, David Blaine can go into ice and come out.
They're
surviving.
statistically eliminated.
Okay, so then he can't be he's not in that conversation. If there was a shred of chance, like they had a 6% chance and they actually ended up making the postseason, he could absolutely be that team's MVP because he willed them into that moment. But a losing team, you can't be an MVP.
Okay, left tackle Orlando Brown Jr. returned to the lineup for the first time last week after being out since an October 27th injury to his fibula.
Not the
fibula, man. Brown was fighting through it at the end, according to head coach Zach Taylor, but the Bengals expect Brown to be ready for the Monday night game. Expect the Cowboys coaching staff to be alerting the officiating crew of Brown, who was shown several times in the last game against the Steelers, getting an early jump on the snap count, although the officials rarely called him for a false start.
What's the snap count?
Look for that to be on a point of emphasis as he tries to block Micah Parsons this week.
Mike McCarthy goes up to the ref and he's like, "Hey, that Orlando Bloom." Who? Yeah, the big guy over there. That Orlando Bloom. Like, Orlando Bloom Jr. Okay, yes, coach.
So is he's the
Well, should we fucking
right or left tackle? Left tackle, I'm gonna say.
I think I gotta get a little look-ski at him.
Oh yeah, we gotta look at him. Is he? Okay,
I mean,
so
let's find
out.
Hey, not related to Legolas, for sure.
Nope.
Not
How
related.
do you know he's not an elf?
Well, he's just not. I can tell you that right now. He doesn't have the pointed ears.
He's been in the NFL for a long ass time.
He's probably older than Orlando Bloom.
You said he doesn't have pointy ears? Look a little pointed in that
you
picture.
know what? Yeah, you're right. He's kind of pointed.
Got a little orcish there. A little orcish.
Why? Because he's black?
Give me his
he's got orc ears.
Urikai. Give me his
draft.
Not even. Just give me his Wikipedia, or his PFF.
Yeah, PFF.
Let's PFF this guy.
We're deep diving.
He's been in the NFL for a long time. Tackle.
6'8", 345.
Overall grade, 58.7.
Oh, those don't Superman me with those glasses, you son of a bitch.
Did you see?
Don't Clark Kent me.
Did you see?
He's Clark Kenting me right now.
I know, but did you see his size?
No.
He's huge.
Look to the left.
Whoa!
He's only 28. We're like, he's been in the league for
well, he
so
probably
long.
has been since he was 21. If you're
a long
6'8",
6'8", he was probably drafted at 19.
I will say this: overall grade, that's a little dehydrated pee right there.
So I Googled because I just wanted to figure out what position he plays. Like I just wanted to get quickly what position he plays, but I Googled Orlando Bloom position.
Is it a sex position?
But you didn't get it. I Googled the wrong person.
I know you did. That's what I'm saying. No, did they have some sort of Lord of the Rings position?
He's a tackle. Look, I'm moving into the Cowboys.
Okay, we're in the
lore.
Cowboys.
Now we're in Cowboys lore.
Are you? Is it you?
Yeah, it's
and
me.
Left tackle. He's a left tackle.
He's a lot.
I thought we knew that.
I already knew that, bro.
Yeah,
Well, I was
hey.
asking you guys that.
Oh well.
Dude, we're moving. Hey, us over here, we're night riders. We're moving at light speed. You're over there in analog form, bro.
Look, I was in the middle of arguing if Orlando Brown Jr. was a orc or not with Adam.
True.
So
That's true.
Well, he's definitely at that height. He's definitely a Uric guy.
he's a fucking Uric high,
Yeah,
baby.
he's definitely a Uric guy. Okay, here you go.
The Cowboys are desperately trying to stay alive in the NFC playoff picture with a 2-game win streak to push to 5-7. It's still a very uphill battle for this team, which finally won its first home opener of the season. We were there on Thanksgiving, beating up those stupid ass fucking Giants. The Cowboys have 3 straight games against teams without a winning record, including the 4-8 Bengals this Monday night. Again, the 4-8 Bengals still feel like
They feel better. They feel better than a 4-8 team should.
It's the defense sucking, but if the Cowboys can't keep pace in the early game, it's going to be...
It's irrelevant if your offense can't.
I would say this. If the Cowboys don't keep pace in the first half, the game might end close within 7 or 10, but it won't be a close game.
Am I going to be doing second half math?
You're going to be doing second half math for sure. I think if we have our guys, Diggs being back...
Well, hey, just read this. It's segueing
Perfect.
into that.
Segue.
Hey.
Segue. Hey! Injuries have been major storylines for the Cowboys all season long, highlighted by the loss of Dakota Prescott-Rain for half the season, not to mention injuries to key Pro Bowlers such as Mekhi Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Deron Bland, Trevon Diggs, and Zach Martin. Currently, the injury front looks somewhat positive as they got Brandon Cooks back last week from his weirdo knee injury.
Yeah.
And now Diggs and Martin... Zombie knee. Zombie knee. And now Diggs and Martin could return for this game. Lawrence remains on IR with a foot injury and considered to be a long shot to play Monday night, but he's getting closer to return.
Man,
I don't care if Lawrence is back. I want Diggs and Bland on the field at the same time, so I know that they're real.
Yeah, is it possible for them to be on the field at the same time?
With the receiving core that the Bengalis have, we need Deron Bland and Trevon Diggs both being back on the field together.
And especially with that Butler injury, who's looking good.
Yeah.
Jordan Lewis has been playing pretty well. I would like to see the secondary have a little boost with having both Trevon Diggs and Deron Bland out there. It'd be nice. It would be.
Just think about this, guys. Cowboys go ahead and win. If they beat these Bengals, then they go ahead and play a much more easier team. Everyone knows it in the Panthers. Everyone comes back. We get Lawrence back. The team looks a lot stronger, and we've pulled off some incredible victories. Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. The Bengals win. Hell yeah. Cooper Rush has improved his play since taking over for Dak Prescott, who was out for the season with a hamstring injury that required surgery.
Yeah, Cooper's first game, he looked like rookie.
45 yards.
Rush.
He passed for 45, didn't he? What do I do? What do I do?
Who do you want me to fuck?
Rush is starting to get more comfortable in the offense. Not only has he won the last 2 games as a starter, but he's taking better care of the ball, going interception free in the last 2 wins. That's key. If you're not going to burn the stats, if you're not going to put up 400 yards passing and 4 touchdowns, just don't give the team extra possessions.
A good game from Cooper Rush to me is 200 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions.
Just don't fumble the ball either.
And
Every game we've seen, he's fumbled, but he's recovered. Like even last game, he fumbled, but he still recovered. Just stop doing that. Just catch the ball.
There's a very funny moment in the Sounds of the Sideline from last week where Shoddy is with him and he's talking about Cooper fumbling. You go back and rewatch that moment where Schottenheimer is talking to Cooper Rush about fumbling the ball and how he scared them. It's the best moment about Sounds of the Sideline.
I have to watch it this week. So
Rush is about to start his 5th game this year, the most he's ever had in a season. Back in 2022, Rush went 4-1 as a starter in 5 games. He filled in for Prescott, so he lied. Rush is about to start his 5th game this year, the most he's ever had in a season. But then he said he was 4-1 as a starter in 5 games.
You fucking idiot.
I think
it's not the most that he's started. 6 would be the most.
Yeah, exactly.
He's started 5 games in a season before. Nick,
you stupid fuck.
That's not. Oh yeah, this is Nick. Nick, you're about to get your fucking balls clapped.
Bot G says Cooper Rush winning a Super Bowl with the Cowboys would be the saddest thing to ever happen to Dak Prescott.
Yeah, but I'd still take it.
Oh, could you imagine what as soon as we won the Super Bowl, people would be tweeting about how get rid of Dak.
I mean, I might
away.
I might have to buy into it. If they go from a 5-7 team and win this, if they go if they make the dance, I'm gonna be like, this is. Do I think he should supplant Dak Prescott? No. But even if they somehow get to 5-7 and somehow make the postseason,
I almost don't want it for the. Actually, you know what? As a content creator,
Yeah, we want it.
yeah, you need it.
You want it. You want it.
You need it.
Since Micah Parsons returned, and he has returned with a fucking vengeance, ladies and gentlemen, from his high ankle sprain, he's not only on a tear, no pun intended.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
But he's leading a defensive charge as well. Parsons had just 1 sack in the first 4 games before his injury. In the 4 games since he's returned, Parson has 5.5 sacks, including 3 different multi-sack games. He's now up to 6.5 sacks and on pace to lead the team in sacks for his fourth straight season. And that would be a feat coming off of that injury and leading. And I do hope he continues. Real quick, guys, is Micah Parsons an ingredient that just is he the rising tide that lifts all ships?
I hope so.
It feels like that.
They have since he's been back. The defense looks a lot better. I'll give that. The defense looks a hell of a lot better, and he's kind of taking that leadership role a little bit. So it's good to see. And maybe he needed a little bit of adversity.
Absolutely, and I think when you look at everybody who was talking smack about Micah and being this and that, it's like
us included,
having him on that team, you have as an offense. You have to game plan for him, regardless. Having Micah on the field absolutely makes the defense better because you're game planning 2 to 3 players.
Yeah, and look, I was expecting Micah to come back a little bit slower, but he's come back with a vengeance. I think
he came out of the gates of hell.
In the last 2 games, he's gotten 3.5 sacks, and he's been really causing havoc.
He's looked good. He's looked good.
Great.
I mean, he's done. Hey,
it looked good. I mean, against the Giants, like you said, if you can't.
He's done it on some fucking weak teams, bro.
No, the Commanders. I was going to say you can't really say shit about the Eagles. He played well too. So you can't really say much about the Giants game, but he did it in 2 other games. So.
Yeah. Well, the 100-yard game is still the standard for a running back. 85.
It is mine.
No, you just read the. You just read the last one.
Okay.
You read the Micah one.
I did read the Micah one.
Hey, are you gonna buy me a drink? I'm not buying you a drink. I just bought you a drink.
I'm not fucking buying you a drink.
Why would I buy you a drink? Because I just bought you one.
While the 100-yard game is still the standard for a running back, the 85-yard mark seems to be a difference maker for the Cowboys and Rico Dowdle. I don't have the soundbite queued. He has 3 games over 85 yards this year, and the Cowboys are 3-0 in those.
That should be fucking enough stats right there.
Guess what?
Like,
yeah.
Get him to 85 yards, man. Let's see if this is a real thing.
One storyline. Rico over 85,
we win.
And we're 3-0. Including last week's season-high 112 yards against the Giants. Dowdle also rushed for 86 yards 2 weeks ago against Washington and 87 in a win over the Steelers earlier in the season. So, wow.
85 to win.
85 plus, and the Cowboys' run games being established. I smell a victory.
It's twofold. The thing is twofold here. Number one, it's not utilizing Rico enough to get him to that mark. Or is it the Cowboys weren't trusting their rush game enough and not trusting Rico enough earlier in the season or during those losses?
They were handing off too many carries. They were splitting the carries
You don't too much. You don't have the talent to do a fucking running back by committee.
They did.
No, but look, just like in my Madden game, sometimes you got to roll through a hard first, second quarter with your running back, and he might just be getting 3 yards here, 2 yards there. But it's a game of attrition. And what you're doing is you're chipping away.
Chipping at that block.
In the 3rd and 4th quarter, those runs start to open up. 6 yards, 7 yards, 10 yards. Oh,
23 yards.
I can't handle it.
What did you say? What was the one you just said?
23 yards.
No. Cowboys, yeah.
No, 15.
23. That would be the Cowboys' highest rushing.
Hey,
didn't Rico run for 21 yards last game?
Exactly. So 23 would be his best of
yeah,
the
I'm
year.
just thinking he's on an incline.
Okay.
I want to see an 85-yarder by Rico Dowdle.
No, they're going to say that for Sedarius Lamb or fucking
let's
Devontae
give him a jet sweep.
Jet sweep.
Just want to shout out to Eat Me Out there.
It's always
great stories,
always
my
fun.
man. Great.
And imagine having to go to battle and do what he does when they're 5-7.
No, I thought you were talking about Nick Eat Me Out Eatman.
I was. Mad.
Eat me out, eat man, tell us your stories. Eat me out, eat man, we want the truth. Eat me out, eat Eatman top 10 weekly stories so Cowboys can steal from you.
Woo! Hey, we can just call it out. No, we got to do our.
Yeah, we got to do
Gotta do
boldies.
Thanks.
Hey,
Well,
thank you. Come
Ad,
again.
Ad doesn't get to do his boldy, but we can. Let's roll into.
What do you want me to?
Ad's boldy was Brandon Aubrey with a buzzer beater.
Hey, thanks for reminding me.
You know what?
I know you looked at me being like, "What? What do you mean I don't get one?"
No, I was looking at you. I was about to say, can you tell me I forget?
I had you.
I legit forgot.
Oh, we're on to a new notepad.
Okay, I'll go. Well, you
That
guys are
notepad
thinking
is
Ad's
fucking
got
grody toady.
Ad's got
No,
the
she's grody.
Ad's got the Brandon Aubrey buzzer beater. I gotta go. My guy, Deron Bland, pick 6. I'm going with it till it happens. He's gonna get a pick 6 and a sack.
Bland?
Yeah, Deron Bland's gonna get a pick 6, and he's also gonna sack Joe Burrow.
Fuck Joe.
So we're going boldies first. I like it.
Yeah, we had to, because Ad's already lit his candle.
So I don't get to pick another bold prediction?
Hell no, you don't.
Ad, what was yours? Just
Mine
remind me.
was Brandon Aubrey buzzer beater win.
Now, what are the conditions of this?
He
Just, it has to be the last score.
It has to be the last play of the game.
Oh, buzzer beater.
Yeah, he has to literally win the game on the last play of the game.
And
walk off kick by Brandon
buzzer
Aubrey.
beater win though means the time runs out as he's kicking it.
Well, but that can happen. So
It can. I'm just clarifying with that.
But that's
that's what it is.
I put it in the ether.
Okay.
It's there.
I love it. Okay.
I thought that's exactly what it was.
No, and I'm fine. It's just like I would have accepted Brandon Aubrey kicks to win.
No.
But this is not bold enough. That's bold.
Ant doesn't like that I mid bold prediction.
No, if you're gonna bold prediction halfway through the show, it better be bold.
And then, hey, is that not?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's
Try me out.
If it happens, that's a very.
It could even be bolder. I could have said he's breaking the field goal record.
Shut up.
At a
Just
buzzer.
stop.
At a buzzer.
Just
beater.
stop.
Here's something, guys.
Okay, make ads. It has to be the career longest too. Just kidding.
No, I'm calling.
Well, I'm in my mind. I'm calling it.
Man, I hope Bland's playing. Well,
I already did a Bland.
No, but this is
Just saying.
This is kind of a parlay.
Oh, you've been a parlay. Ad's been an Aubrey guy. I've kind of been a Bland guy. AJ's been the parlay dude.
Okay, Bland pick.
Okay,
Diggs pick.
if he plays.
Well, this is the fucking.
This is why it's a boldy.
This is the bowl. If he doesn't,
that we've never seen them play together.
Well, I'm going on it. And I can change it game day if we need to. Diggs pick and Micah 2 sacks.
Okay, I like that.
Parlay, roll it all into one.
Pick.
It's a safe parlay.
No offensive
Safe
picks.
parlay.
Bandwagon Bob says Ants leave Ad alone. Thanks, Mom.
I know. I will.
Thanks, Mom.
I will. The mid roll picker is what we call him. We call him the butthole picker too.
He comes to the studs. He showers in my house, and he fucking.
I didn't shower in the house. Showered in the studio.
He showers in the studio.
It is true. We had to watch.
Yeah, he said, "Hey guys,
look at me."
Well, we had to go through we had to talk our pregame.
He forced us to watch him like we were fucking in some sort of locker room.
I'll start with score predictions.
Then go backwards.
Man, this is going to be a tough one because
this is tough.
I feel like Bengals are probably in a 30-plus range. I feel like Cowboys max is about 27. So I'm going to do some funky math to make this work.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep, Wednesday night math is what we call it.
It's going to be very close. Cowboys 31, Bengals 30.
Wow.
Whoa.
That would be an exciting game. AJ with 30. What did I say? It was a race to 35. Cowboys 37 behind, which I just cannot see them scoring 37 points. Cowboys 37, Bengals 30. You said 30, Bengals 30. I'm going to steal your Bengals 30. Cowboys 37, Bengals 30.
Got it.
Which I just have. This was the hard.
That's wild. That's a wild score.
This was
for
hard.
Cowboys.
This was hard to pick. This one because
Bengals
you
put
have
so
to-
much points on the
You have
fucking
to give the
board.
Bengals at least 30 points.
You have
You don't
to.
have. You don't have to.
You have to
Look at some of the
Prove
points.
us wrong. Hey,
prove us
Well,
wrong.
prove us wrong.
I was going to say
You little
bold.
sucker fish.
Hey, 2017 Cowboys.
2017.
And a defensive barn burner.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
But if you bring up their
No, we did
if you
that
bring up their
already.
season, you can see that not every game was like a 30-plus game.
The last 5 have been.
Yeah, but where it matters
Guess
has
what?
been.
You live in. You
I
live,
don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
They,
All right.
they only scored 17
Guess
points
what?
against the
The
Giants.
Cowboys are rated as like a 17th defense without having a full
12th.
squad. 12th defense, and that we don't have our full squad. You get to Diggs back. on that team
Allegedly.
allegedly and DeBland.
Yeah.
Parsons.
That's what I'm calling. That's what I'm saying. I'm calling dual pick skis, baby.
Give me that seven.
Well, this one's
Dual
gonna,
pick skis.
this one's gonna be this one's gonna be tough. But if you know a Bengals fan somewhere,
Yeah, hey.
if they're creeping
Hey, if you
somewhere,
know a
they're
Houday
like
fan, if you know a Houday fan, you tell them to go.
no,
Houday
wait. They're
Okay.
like mushrooms. They're hiding under something. They're somewhere. So if you find one of those guys,
Lick
get at it.
them. You might get a little.
Feed him some
stoned.
water. Give him some.
Feed him some water, let him grow, and then you tell him to Houday to fuck off.
Okay.
I was gonna say
Fuck
be nice-
themselves,
be
like
nice-
we usually say.
We'll just be nice to them.
Okay.
But you know what?
Or fuck off.
How about we tell them to
To
go
go fuck
themselves?
Hey, we've been out of the stewed for a bit.
Here we go. Let's go Monday night, baby.